Basi msikilizaji, dakika ni 5 baada ya saa 2 majira ikiwa ni Afrika Mashariki, tarehe 22 mwezi wa 8 mwaka 2023. Yuko ndani mgeni wetu ambaye nilikuwa nimekuahidi kwamba nitamleta mida ya saa 2 hadi saa 2:30, lakini sasa moja kwa moja I'm going to give her a chance to introduce herself and also to tell us to introduce also her directorate. Good morning, madam.
Morning to you, how are you?
I'm fine.
Mimi si mgeni katika studio.
Yeah.
Jina langu ni Joyce Mgoi Macharia, Director Office of Career Services and Mentorship, and that is what I do in the university. Yes.
In university, where are you located?
I'm located through Gate C. You know, Chuka University has so many gates.
Yeah.
So if you want to come to my office, you come through Gate C, behind the science block. That is where my office is, and I've been receiving quite a number of visitors since this shows of educating people about causes started. I've received a number of students coming to inquire. So I want to encourage anyone that is listening to me, kindly labda ni wewe umebaki, Joe Chuka University, career office, then we discuss your cause.
And now, Madam Joyce Mugoi,
yes.
What makes Chuka University the ideal university for prospective students?
What makes Chuka University the ideal university for prospective students, especially in relation to my directorate, is that we journey with you. We journey with you as a student, right from the time you report in the university. We journey with you. We register you, first of all. After you've been registered, there is an orientation program, a whole orientation program. And during that orientation program, as a directorate, also we journey with you. We talk about the careers. We give you trainings about the careers that are available and the ones that you've also taken. And after the orientation, which is to orient you to the university, and it's not only the Office of Career Services that participates, all the faculties participate, the Dean of Students participate, and we don't only give you information about academics, we also give you information about life within the university, generally general orientation, wholesome orientation, mentally, emotionally, physically, and so on. So this is what makes Chuka University ideal, because we journey with you. And as we journey with you, maybe after orientation, we also do trainings. We also do trainings with students. We want you to be wholesome, that you don't only get a first class honors, but you get a first class honors together with life skills, together with soft skills, together with CV writing skills, interview skills, communication skills, being able to have interpersonal relationships, so that you can be able to live with people, you can be able to live in a community. So that's what makes Chuka University ideal for you, because it makes you a wholesome person. Other than that, all our courses, we have blended them with entrepreneurial skills, so that whatever course that you are taking, can you think out of the box and come out with something, so that when you leave Chuka University, you live as a job creator other than a job seeker. That's what makes Chuka University ideal.
That is Madam Joyce Mugoi, Chuka University's Career Service Director. If you have any question, my dear listener, send it via SMS line 0740-233-476, 0740-233-476. In your directorate, how do you enhance and support students in their learning?
How we enhance and support students in our in the learning? When students come, when students report, like now we are having first years reporting. There are first years that have that will report, and they are not very sure about the courses that they have picked. They are not very sure where they will work. They are not very sure, what kind of a course that one is. So we have trainings, and we have workshops, and we have forums where we talk to them about these particular courses and the possible areas where they can be able to work. So we start from there. Those that want to change from one course to another, we offer them counseling, we offer them guidance, we offer them, we give them information, so that they can be able to decide whether to remain in the course they are or to move from one course to another. So we generally give them information. And then we also do academic advising. Academic advising is where now maybe a student has enrolled in a course, and probably they are finding it a little bit difficult. They reach our offices. We also have a team of academic advisors in every faculty, in every department. So these academic advisors also reach out to these students that are looking like they are not able to catch up with the others as fast as it should. So they advise, they give them academic advising so that they can be able to catch up, and they can also be able to understand their courses well, and they can also be able to adapt well, because sometimes adaptation can be a challenge for students, and so that they can be able to progress with their studies. So we also offer academic advising. We also have career days. We have career days in different departments, different times. We have career week, so that a whole week you are just there being told about careers, being educated about your career, being exposed to people from industries where they come, they exhibit, and you visit their tents. You get to get information. You get to know exactly the kind of people that they employ, the skills that are needed to be acquired. So we actually journey with the student all round, from the time they register up to the time they leave the university.
And now on career advising,
Yes.
we have students who completed their secondary school education,
Yes.
and now they are wishing to join university.
Yes.
And are there any factors to consider when selecting the different courses in university?
Yes, there are different factors that someone would consider as they are selecting their courses. The first factor that is considered, of course, generally, is your academic qualification. How have you performed? Because you may tell me you want to do nursing, but probably you have not qualified to do nursing. That means you need to choose and select another course. So yes, there are factors that affect or influence someone's career choice. One of them is the academic qualification. Another one is interests. What are you interested in? What are you passionate about? Another one is personality. What kind of a person are you? If you are a person who likes working with things and items, then you better choose a course that will expose you to things and items, maybe like mechanical engineering, like maybe like computer, information technology, something that where you'll work alone. But if you are a person that is a people person or an extrovert, then you need to work with people. So you pick a course that will expose you to people. So personality affects also, and also our environment can affect your career choice. Your environment, where you come from, maybe there are careers that you have seen within your environment that are successful. You may want to pursue that one. There's also the exposure part. The exposure part is being able to understand a cause, or being able to know there is such a cause that probably you didn't know before. So again, doing research and finding out what are some of the causes that are out there can also help you to be able to pick a course.
Kuna mtu anakusikiza
Yes.
na kwanza amekusalimia. Good morning madam.
Nimesalimika.
Ameuliza, does your directorate offer career counseling services for ongoing students?
Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do offer for ongoing students, like fourth years. The last semester, we had a career day for fourth years, where we talked to them about CV writing skills, about interview preparation, about cover letter writing, about employable skills. Employable skills. I always say it is not the A grade that will give you an employment. It is not the first class honors that will give you the employment. You must combine this first class honors with some skills. You must combine this A grade with some skills. So yes, we offer counseling to ongoing students. We offer counseling to ongoing students. And actually, James, I have a YouTube channel called Touch of Grace KE, where I on my own, I just record, short videos here and there about careers, about personality, about mental health, about things that can be able to help students live a whole life, not just academically.
That is Madam Joyce Mugoi,
Yes.
Chuka University's Career Service Director. We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll resume later, my dear listener. Continue sending your question via SMS line 0740-233-476, 0740-233-476. Anajulikana kama Rose Muhando, kibao kinajulikana kama Ombi Langu. Msikilizaji, tuko na Madam Joyce Mugoi ambaye ni Chuka University's Career Service Director. Amekupasha mengi na bado tunaendelea. Kama uko na swali, muulize Madam Joyce Mugoi kupitia nambari ya SMS 0740-233-476, 0740-233-476. Madam Jesse Mugoi,
Yes.
welcome once more.
Asante.
What structures do you have in place to promote mentorship and networking opportunities for our students?
Okay, we as an office, our role is actually to be able to bridge the skill gap between learning and earning, or between school or between university and employment. So because of that, we have a number of programs that we carry out every semester, every particular semester, to be able to help students, help students. For instance, the trainings that we give, for instance, the trainings on personal branding and development. We have also training on, we also have partnerships with organizations or industries that come. Like when we have forums for students, we invite people from outside. And these people, they come and give our students mentorship. They tell them exactly how it is on the ground, so that as they leave the university, they know. And then also, when we have these people visiting, we also have networking. Other than that, our students go for attachments, and they also get internships, and those ones also serve as networking. And also they connect them and link them to the industry, so that as they are leaving, they know exactly what is expected of them. They know exactly where they are expected to work, and therefore it exposes them in a better way. Yes.
Do you have any alumni successful stories?
Very many alumni successful stories. Very many alumni successful stories.
Okay.
If I can just tell you the latest one of yesterday in the evening, a lady reached out to me. I posted on my status, and then she came inbox, and she asked me, you told me, where do you specifically live in Nairobi? So I told her where I live. Then she said, I am just neighboring there, and I have opened a business. I have opened a business, and it is doing well. I would like you, when you come, kindly visit and see what we are doing. So yes, we have a number of success stories. Other than those that are self-employed, they are the majority. They are the majority. Actually, there are so many. There are so many. We can even mention some of them. There are very many that are doing their own businesses, and they are doing very well. Some students also start their businesses when they are here in the university before they graduate. So when they graduate, they just scale it up. So other than that, we also have students that have been employed. We have students that have been employed. We have data of students that have been employed by the government. We have students that have been employed by non-governmental organizations. We have students that have been employed by independent bodies, and also students that have employed themselves. So yes, we have a number of success stories. I want you to know that our students are quite marketable. The reason why they are marketable is because the training that we offer here in Chuka University makes them all round. They are able to be whole, be able to adapt, to change, and they are able, wanajituma. By the way, if I can use that Kiswahili word. Kuna vile wanafunzi wetu wanajituma, so they stand out. Wherever they go, they stand out. Even when they go for the attachments, and our lecturers go to supervise them, the supervisors there tell them how your students are doing well, whether they are in school setup, whether they are in industry setup, institutions and organizations. So yes, we have a number of success stories.
That is Madam Jesse Mugoi.
Yes.
She's saying that our students, the employability rate is very high.
Yes.
And now, in your directorate,
yes,
do you take part in creating skills and training programs for students?
Yes, we even have a forum of innovation, startup skills, where we ask students to come up with business ideas. Once they come up with business ideas, we organize for them a forum where they pitch these business ideas. You come and explain what kind of a business do you have. How will you produce whatever it is, whether it's a service, whether it's a product, how will you produce, how much will it cost, whom will you sell it to, how much profit will you make, how many employees do you need, where exactly will you have this business, who needs these services. So we have a forum where we expose our students to startups and innovations. And once they pitch their ideas and their innovations, they are taken through guidance, they are taken through mentorship, so that they can be able to now make their product or their idea now turn into a business, from an idea to a business. So we normally do that. And we have an organization called TISC, which also guides the students to be able to patent their ideas, to be able to have a copyright of their ideas and whatever it is that they are developing, so that they are able to scale this one up from business, from an idea to business.
There's somebody here saying, Washira, don't allow Madam Jess Mugoi
Yes.
to get off the studio if she has not spoken about interfaculty transfer and inter-institution transfer.
Nisikubaliwe nitoke hapa.
Kama hujasema inter-institution transfer, how it is done, na interfaculty transfer.
Okay. Now, thank you so much. Inter-institutional transfer is almost, I think it's over for people to transfer from one institution to another. But in case there is somebody there that still needs to transfer from another institution to Chuka University, they can go through the manual way. You know, there is the manual way, there is the system way, and there is also the manual way. The manual way is writing to COOPs. You write to COOPs, and you write to COOPs through the institution that you want to go, through the institution that you are placed, through the institution that you are placed. Let me just use an example. Ndio mtu asiseme nimetumia university yake. If for instance you are called to Touch of Grace University and you want to come to Chuka University, you write to COOPs through Chuka University, so that Chuka University can say they have accepted you. You qualify to come and do this particular course. So Chuka University will comment there and say, yes, we have a vacancy for this student. This student has qualified to do this course. Then you take your letter to Touch of Grace University and tell Touch of Grace University, I don't want to be here. I want to be in Chuka University. Then you write your reasons why you want to move from Touch of Grace to Chuka University. Maybe due to medical reasons. Maybe you want to be near your parents. Maybe you cannot afford hostels wherever and you want to live at home as you come to Chuka University. You give your reasons there and attach documents that can support the reason that you have given. So then you take your letter manually, come to Chuka University, ask, can you accommodate me? I want to come and do law, or I want to come and do nursing in Chuka University. Can you accommodate me? Chuka will comment there and say, yes, we have this vacancy. Then you take your letter to Touch of Grace University. You go and tell them, excuse me, kindly release me from here. I want to go to Chuka University. They comment there that they have released you. Then you go to COOPs. And then you surrender your letter to COOPs and tell them you want to move from Touch of Grace to Chuka University. That is inter-institution transfer. Now, manually, because the system one is already over. So if you still want to transfer, you have to do it manually. Now, inter-faculty transfer, or inter-program transfer, or inter-course transfer. You move from one course to another, or you move from one faculty to another. You report to Chuka University with that course that you are called. Uko na barua tayari. You have been called to Chuka University to come and do Bachelor of Arts. You've been called to Chuka University to come and do Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. You've been called to come and do that. Come with that letter. Report. Pay fees, everything, be accommodated. Within 2 weeks, we will announce the inter-faculty transfers or inter-course transfers. So then you apply to move from one course to another, or from one program to another. So you do it within, but you have to qualify. We will check if you want to move from computer science to education science. We will check, do you qualify to do education science? Have you met all the criteria? Have you met the cutoff points? If you do, then we accept you to come and to change from one faculty to another. So you are within the same university, you check the other courses that you can do within the same university, then you apply if you qualify to move from one faculty to another. Yes.
And now there are various clubs within Chuka University, the student clubs.
Yes.
And are these clubs beneficial to the members who are securing for jobs?
100%. Number one, clubs give you a lot of experience. Clubs give you a lot of experience. For instance, teamwork. You're able to work with people. You're able to work with a team. when you are in clubs, you gain some experiences, because also clubs do have their own activities here and there. They have their own activities. Some of our clubs even participate internationally.
Yeah.
Let's give an example of a club like ISEC. There are people that have, worked even outside the country because of these clubs. So clubs give you experience. Clubs give you skills like teamwork, like communication skills, like effective listening skills.
Yeah.
Like you are able to gain a lot when you are in specific clubs, especially the professional clubs, because we have a number of professional clubs that are just meant for a certain profession. So yes, the clubs are very, very important, that the students they should, when they report, they should join a club and be active in that club. Another thing that clubs, they keep you off a number of negative influence.
Yes.
While you are supposed, you'll be hanging in your room and watching movies, you are probably having a meeting with a club. So you actually spend a lot of time there, and therefore it keeps you off a lot of negative challenges. So yes, clubs are quite important, and yes, they can contribute to your employability, because when you write there, I'm a member of this club, and you have a certificate. By the way, every year, those that are leaving fourth year, they get certificates from these clubs. If you are an active member, you get a certificate. So this certificate, you attach it there, that I was a member of this club. Already, it improves your employability.
Looking at the area that Chuka University is located, the main campus now, this Chuka University, we have a neighboring community.
Yes.
We have people from the locality.
Yes.
How can you gauge the relationship between those people and the students in Chuka
Excellent.
University?
By the way, the Chuka University has grown to a large extent because of the local community. And if there is anybody listening to me out there who is a local person here, we want to really appreciate them. Our university has grown largely because of the local community. The local community are very positive. They are embracing. They embrace our students. Our students live with them. We have no conflicts with the local community. And even sometimes when you have a conflict between a student and a local community, a member of the local community understands that this is just one individual and not the whole group. Because in some communities, when one student does something wrong to a community, the whole community rises against all the students. So the community understands that there could be a conflict between a student and one person, but that is one isolated case. They don't rise against the students, and the students don't rise against the local community. So it's because of the local community that we have actually grown to this far. And in addition to that, we have a number of hostels within the university, but they are not enough. We have a number of hostels that have been built by the local community. So our students live among the community. Na kuna landlords wazuri huko, wanapatia wanafunzi wetu ndizi, wanawapatia waru, wanawapatia maembe, wanawapatia avocados, which is plenty in this place. So they take care of our students. So we really want to appreciate the local community. Yes.
And now, Madam Joyce Mugoi, what is your parting shot to our listeners?
My parting shot to our listeners, there could be parents out there that are able to pay for their students' parallel programs. Now, these parallel programs, they are also paid. You can also be able, if you are a parallel student, you can also still be able to get help from funding from HELP. You can apply funding from HELP, and you can be able to get some money from HELP. So those parents that want to educate their students in a parallel program, let them not fear to do that. Especially kuna parents hapo hata saa ingine wako na mtoto mmoja tu. Sacrifice for this student. Bring them to the university. Let them do a parallel course. Let them apply for help. If they get help that will assist them one semester, the next semester you pay. Or if they get help that will help them maybe 40% or 30%, the rest you pay. So don't fear also to enroll your girl or your boy into a course that they have otherwise qualified, but they are being they probably will not be able to come in because of the COOPS criteria of the cutoff of the cutoff point. So let them also consider to educate their students parallel programs. I've seen a number of students that have succeeded here, and they came as parallel students, and they didn't come from a wealthy family. They only had determination to complete, and they actually completed. And my last parting shot, please let us not fear to apply for funding. Even when you see the fee is looking like it is very, very high, do government funding. Apply for government funding and apply for help. That amount of money will come down to manageable levels.
Thank you very much. That is Madam Joyce Mugoi, Director of Career Services in Chuka University. Thank you very much, Madam.
Thank you
for finding time and come to share your knowledge with us in this knowledge session. I do wish you a good day.
Thank you.
May you be blessed.
God bless you too.